before Kendrick Lamar was famous. Before Kendrick Lamar released his major label debut album Good Kid, M.A.A.d, which was later certified platinum, he was kicked out by his parents, got featured by The Game under the artist name M.A.A.d, and had a hallucination in which Tupac Shakur came to him one night and said, "Keep doing what you're doing, don't let my music die."
And it's a real situation where I was asleep one night, man, and his blur like a silhouette, and he basically said, "Keep doing what you're doing, don't let my music die." And shit scared the shit out of me.
In 1984, actually 3 years before Kendrick Lamar was born, his father Kenny Duckworth was a member of the notorious street gang called Gangster Disciples based in Chicago. After his wife gave him an ultimatum, the pair got on a train from Chicago to California with all of $500 in their pockets. Thereafter, Kendrick Lamar Duckworth was born on June 17, 1987 as the first son of Kenny and Paula Duckworth in Compton, California. Kendrick grew up in very poor conditions and often hung around in the dangerous streets of Compton. The family survived on welfare and food stamps, plus his dad had a job at KFC, but at a certain point, says Lamar, I realized his work schedule wasn't really adding up. It wasn't until later that he suspected his father was probably making money off the streets. At the age of 8, Kendrick witnessed his idols Tupac Shakur and Dr. Dre filming the music video for the hit single California Love, which proved to be a very significant moment in Lamar's life and inspired him to pursue rap music. As a teenager, Lamar went on to attend Centennial High School in Compton, who enjoyed writing stories and poems. Soon, he also started to write his own lyrics and called himself M.A.A.d. Although Lamar's family was directly touched by street violence, yet he remained thoughtful and soft-spoken. Nevertheless, one night the police knocked on their door and said Kendrick was involved in an incident in the neighborhood, and his parents consequently kicked him out for 2 days. At 13 years old, Kendrick listened to the Marshall Mathers LP and was overwhelmed.
But then I heard Marshall Mathers LP, I was just, how does that work? What is he doing? How is he putting his words together like that?
So in 2003, at the age of just 16, Lamar released his first full-length project, a mixtape titled Youngest Head in Charge. Subsequently, the mixtape secured him a recording contract with Top Dog Entertainment, a respected California independent label and feeder to major labels. Lamar went on to release his second mixtape called Training Day, steadily working with other upcoming West Coast rappers like J-Rock, Ab-Soul, and Schoolboy Q. Throughout 2006 and 2007, Kendrick had the chance to perform as an opening act for veteran West Coast rapper The Game. Thereafter, also Lil Wayne recognized Lamar's talent and co-signed him to his own label. In the same year, Kendrick decided to drop the stage name M.A.A.d and go by his birth name.
I want to let people know that I'm an actual artist who does music, and why not start, if you want to know who I am as a person first, then get into the music, why not start with my real name?
I remember when I told M.A.A.d that M.A.A.d wasn't going to work and that he should just change his name to Kendrick. And he did that, and next thing you know, it's aftermath and people are checking. Bitches are like, Kendrick, Kendrick.
He subsequently released the Kendrick Lamar EP and formed the hip-hop supergroup Black Hippie, along with his Top Dog label mates J-Rock, Ab-Soul, and Schoolboy Q. On September 2010, Kendrick Lamar released another mixtape called Overly Dedicated. This was the first mixtape which got him money, selling about 15,000 copies throughout the States. Actually, the project fared well enough to enter the Billboard Top R&B Hip Hop Album charts, where it peaked at number 72.
Oh, well, that's nice.
The tape overly dedicated included also the song titled Ignorance is Bliss, in which Lamar highlights street crime but ends each verse with Ignorance is Bliss, giving the message, we don't know what we do. Actually, it was exactly this song that made hip-hop producer Dr. Dre want to work with Lamar after seeing the music video on YouTube. As said in the beginning of the video, Kendrick saw Dr. Dre for the first time in the making of California Love when he was just 8 years old. So when they met each other in 2010, Kendrick asked Dr. Dre about the childhood scene.
That always tripped me out because I told him about the story when I seen him when I was 8, 9 years old with Tupac on Rosecrans. Fast forward 15 years later, I'm in the studio with him and I'm telling him that story and he remembers it.
So beautiful.
That just...
On April 2011, Lamar announced the title of his next full-length project to be Section 80. The following day, the first single, High Power, was released, the concept of which was to further explain the high power movement. The movement is a response to the increasing destructive nature of hip-hop culture, which, some would say, is wallowing at an all-time low since its birth in the 70s. He often connects the movement back to Tupac Shakur, one of his biggest influences. The corresponding album, Section 80, which actually was Kendrick's first independent album, was released on July 2, 2011. Section 80 went on to sell 5,300 digital copies in its first week without any television or radio coverage. Later that year, while performing at the West Los Angeles concert, Lamar was dubbed the new king of the West Coast by Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and The Game. Wow.
Nigga, you got the torch, nigga, you better run with it. You better run with it, nigga, cause it's yours. In
March 2012, MTV announced that Lamar has signed a deal with Interscope Records and Aftermath Entertainment.
Oh yeah!
On April 2012, Lamar dropped his commercial debut single The Recipe featuring Dr. Dre. This song served as the first single from his first major label debut album, Good Kid, M.A.A.d, which was released on October 2012. The album was met with critical acclaim and debuted at number 2 in the US, selling over 200,000 copies in its first week. From this moment on, Kendrick Lamar became world famous and is today one of the most respected rappers in the game.
First of all, I just want to say this. I love what Kendrick is doing.
Right.
And he's making it, he's continuing the tradition of just making rap exciting.
Right.
This was Kendrick Lamar's brief biography before he was famous. If you want to know more about the story of Kendrick Lamar, take a look at the video description below. Would you like to watch more videos like this one? And subscribe to my channel right now and never miss a video again. Best regards to all my BioTubers. See you in the next episode of The Biographer.